Previously on Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair. And now, the conclusion. Let's get started. I didn't think it would end this easily. Huh, it's not the end, right? This is just the beginning, right? First, we need to let this game world end. And from that point on, we're the ones who are going to create. That's the end of their game. Shutdown sequence initiated. And Usami's back. And I guess she's got all her power back. I don't know why she needs to destroy the virus. Seems to me like it'd just be a matter of doing the shutdown sequence and she'd be trapped or everything would just get shut down. But okay, we get a neat little cutscene. She gets taken out by the power of rainbows. Of course, that's pretty dang typical of her. Of Usami. I guess I should clarify. Love. So what are we gonna wake up to?
Man, this absolute despair. I feel despair upon despair, and despair toward despair yet again. How fun. Once you've experienced the despair I've suffered, there's no turning back. Living in the shadows of past memories, that's too sad, you know. But I guess I no longer have to hope for despair. That is just so hopeless.
What was that just now? Why did Usami appear? She should have already disappeared. I guess it's just as Hajime said. At least this wasn't the ending prepared for them. This was the ending they created. Are you saying they're moving towards such an uncertain future on purpose? Even so, the only thing we can do now is leave it to them. This game world is going to end soon. There's nothing more we can do. Regardless, there's no need for us to do anything. Was it actually them? No, because we needed the shutdown sequence. The shutdown sequence still needed the majority, right? Yes, the shutdown sequence still needed the majority. That's weird. Was it actually them? Man, it's collapsing. You're right. I am sorry to trouble everyone, but even if we awaken in the real world and forget about what transpired here, it will still have meaning, right?
Of course, Miss Sonia. I don't know the proper way to say this, but I kind of feel the same way too.
You're so bad at explaining things. Now that it's the end, you should at least try a little harder.
People can't change that easily, you know.
Well, whether it has meaning or not, it all depends on us now. Time's almost up.
I'm pretty scared.
I'm scared too. But it's okay, right? It makes sense to feel scared, right?
That's the future! Hey, I'll never forget you guys, or the others. You guys better remember me too. My name is Kazuichi Soda.
With your colorful personalities, there's no way I'd forget you guys that easily. Even if I forget, I will use all my might and remember. If you start talking weird later, Hajime, I'll beat you up until you're back to normal. That's a relief, but make sure you hold back as much as you can. Sorry, it's getting real hard to read. I'm sure they voiced it, but I mean, it's a little late to turn the voices on now. So this is the end. But it's just the beginning. Isn't that right? It doesn't change how scared I am. I can't help feeling scared. So scared, but... Thank you. Thank you, Chiaki. I finally said it. Me too. Thank you. I'll never forget about you guys. I'll never, ever forget. I'll be cheering for you guys from now on. From somewhere. 'Cause we're all friends after all. Game over. Chapter 6. This is the end. Goodbye, Academy of Despair. Makes me wonder what's gonna come up next. Yep, giant cell phone. Got it. Okay. We'll just keep going. Maybe, if there's much to go. And so, the incident is coming to an end. The incident riddled with absurdity, with nonsense, with sheer irrationality, is about to lower its curtain. An incident smaller than Hope's Peak Academy's biggest, most tragic event, smaller than the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. An incident so small it doesn't even have a name. The world will never know what happened here. Not now. Not in the distant future. As long as they remain here. Apparently, they finished the preparations. We can leave any time. Then, I guess we should get going. Hey, Makoto, is this really okay? You're the one who said, leave the questions to me, so I let you take the lead. Are they really going to be okay? Didn't they just turn back into ultimate despair? I don't think that's the case. I mean, if they did turn back, they wouldn't have said that they'd stay on this island. Perhaps they're thinking about helping their sleeping friends? I can't really say for sure, but that's what I believe. Whether they know it or not, the fact that they're already clinging to that feeling shows that they're no longer who they were in the past. I see. It seems that there are too many soft-hearted people here. But in reality, the possibility of those who are asleep waking up is close to zero. No, the possibility isn't a problem. Even if there's the smallest possibility, they're still trying to create that future for themselves. In their eyes, that is the future. The smallest possibility. You might as well call it a miracle. But strangely enough, I have a feeling that they'll be able to reach it. They've accepted their hopes and their despair, and they're trying to create their own future. Maybe, for people like that, miracles are inevitable. Don't you think? As cheesy as ever. Seriously, you haven't grown up at all. Haven't grown up? That's the main reason we decided to come with you. Well, who cares? I guess I'll respect your decision. This time. However, what comes next is going to be difficult for us. Leaving them on this island, if the higher-ups at HQ find out about this, it will definitely cause a scene. We need to work on concealing it. That's not a problem. And what do you intend to explain to HQ? That's a weird way to say it. About that. I was going to think about it while I was on the ship. Good luck. I'm not going to help you with that much. Why? You should at least be glad that we decided to respect your decision. Fine. I don't know how I feel about Kyoko and Black. It's weird not see. I'm fine with the other two, but I'm sorry. Kyoko needs to be in her detective's outfit. I know this is a pivotal moment, and I should have just gone through, but I can't help it. It's something that I'll inevitably forget about. Let's go back as well. We're not even close to finished yet. There's still a lot we must do. Besides, the Future Foundation, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history, is not finished. Oh. Okay, I read that a little wrong, but whatever. We must end this once and for all, for the sake of the future. It seems I must fight alongside you all for a little while longer. Plus, there's someone waiting for you to return. Don't make me remember something so horrifying. Well then, let's go. We must create our own futures too. And so, the ordeal has ended. And from here, our daily lives have started. Lives that are much more absurd, nonsensical, and irrational than before. Things are probably going to get a lot more difficult now. There's no such thing as an answered mystery. It's doubtful whether or not things will even end well. The future isn't a path. It's like an endless sea. You can try to go anywhere, but it doesn't mean you'll get there. Even so, I will keep on living. I will keep on living, as Hajime Hanada. Oh, that's cool. He beat his own brainwashing. That's awesome. My future lies here. The day before the future. Is that the actual end, or is... are we going into credits now? That feels very credity. Although to be perfectly honest, the game closing down felt very credity too. And here's our music. So, wow! That was good! Oh, I loved it. Okay, so... I guess I should give whatever I can think as far as thoughts on the project. I probably should have prepared this beforehand, but I didn't because I am the bastion of preparedness in this little adventure of mine. Let's see. Overall, I suppose the best way for me to evaluate it would probably be to compare it to the first one. Because even though I never really showed anything about the first one on the channel, but if you're watching this, chances are you've played the. If you're watching this, you've seen the first one. So, the first half I was a little unsure of. I loved Case 2. God, Case 2 had a fantastic ending to it. Case 2, Case 4, and definitely Case 5. Case 3, I think I said it before, it felt like filler, and if you just got rid of the characters, I mean, with the exception of the characters that they got rid of, nothing really seemed to progress the overall story arc of the game. Which, I mean, I was fine with Case 3. Case 3 overall was fine. It was acceptable. I didn't find it boring or anything like that. It was just... But it didn't... Lacking that overall narrative tie-in, with the exception of what was revealed later on through Makan and during Chapter 6, yeah, it made sense. But, whatever. How would I compare this one to the first one? I think I like the... You know what? I'll rate this one as better than the first one, in my opinion. I think mostly because of the characters. The characters in this one were awesome. Like, every single one. Okay, I hated Nagito, but I think they made you want to hate him, which is fine. A little disappointed that he didn't end up being a bigger antagonist in the end. He was mostly just the son of a bitch of Chapter 5 that took my Chiaki away from me. But everyone else, God, I liked them all. It was great. I did kind of miss the claustrophobic feel of Hope's Peak Academy. That was something that felt... Being stuck in Hope's Peak Academy in the first one gave a sense of claustrophobia that was missing in this one. So, but that's just settings. But yeah, I definitely I think I like this one better than the first one. I like... yeah, the motives in this one were really good too. Motive for second case was a little hit or miss on me, admittedly, but the motives for cases 3, 4 were awesome. The reason Case 5 happened was awesome, even though I still hate Nagito. And I don't think anyone's going to be able to change that for me. Okay, so yes, this project definitely did go on for way too long, but that is primarily because, hey, it's a long game, let's face it. One thing I might actually do is go and take a look at some other people who've done this, add up their runtime and compare it to my own. I'm sure mine's probably longer. Mostly, and I think part of that probably has to do with the intros and outros that I do. But I suppose if I look at the playtime, it might give me a sense of how much... I don't want to say filler, because I don't feel like I bungled my... Well, okay. I faffed. I don't feel like I faffed around too much. Let's say it that way. I definitely bungled a lot. There's no denying that, but I'm okay with that. Because it's a game. You're not going to be perfect at a game. Until you are perfect at the game. but on a first time through, that's not going to be the case. Oh, goodness. What else? What else? Yeah, I might... as a reminder to myself, I might throw up a comparison of some play times just to see where I rank. But yeah, I'll admit, the project went on for a little long. I don't plan on doing the third one right away. I'll just say that right up. It's time for something a little different, something that's probably going to be a little shorter, and doing 3 times a week will make a bit more sense. And yeah, so I'll get to go back to doing that. Oh, and I stand at the crossroads of... That's really distracting. I stand at the crossroads of what I want to do. Do I want to show all the other stuff regarding this game, such as, the Monami game? I think there's probably going to be something similar to Danganronpa 1, where we got the opportunity to finish off all the free time events. I don't know if I want to show that, or if I just want to end things off here. Because I could honestly go either way, and it would just be fine. Moving forward, I'll have to I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a little bit of break. I need to get taxes done. So it's going to be the end of that for now. So moving forward, I'll have to make the decision as to whether to do the Monami minigame, the island mode. I don't know if maybe read through this. Maybe look at the hidden scenes that I know I missed. Things like that. I'll have to make the decision as to whether to show that, or just call it the end here. This has been a fantastic ride. I don't regret doing this. I want to thank everyone and anyone who has watched, is watching, and may potentially watch whatever I do in the future, for sticking through it. I know it's not easy. If I do the third game, it won't be for a while. Just gonna say that. Anyway, I'm rambling again. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next project. Farewell.